Alright, howdy boyos, and welcome back to ArmA 3, today with another mod review, this time the Echo update for the Unsung Vietnam War mod. Echo was released a couple days ago as of making this video. I actually already have two ops recorded for you that I'll be uploading soon, but I figured I could get this out of the way first because a lot of you actually have been asking for me to do a review on the Echo update, and I figured it was time for me to do it. So I'm going to try and go through this list. I'm not going to go through map change. I'm going to just show you new weapons, new vehicles, and some new stuff that's been added. I have a list on my screen. I am going to be cutting in this video because my computer with the news update for Windows has been kind of fucky. So I'll be cutting in this video, and I'll be making sure to not make mistakes like I did with the last Unsung video, where I totally lost my brain and really fucked up a couple of things. Anyway, with that being said, we're going to take a look at all the guns, all the new models, and we're going to go from there. One big thing they fixed in this update is the Vietnamese voices in the arsenal. So thank Christ in this menu, there won't be the annoying like, hello, here, voices. If you are in the arsenal in-game, for some reason they're still there. They're still trying to fix those. But hey, at least they fixed the virtual arsenal. So we can go here and look at the stuff. With that being said, let's jump into the weapons. We have a couple of new things. Actually, quite a couple of new things. We have an AK-47 and with a new texture. And we have two variants, the AK-47-49 and the AK-47-59 here as well. So, like I said, I'm going down the list. I'll link the list in the description so you can see what I'm using, or you can see what's in this thing. You're gonna skip ahead if you want to like look at the MP40. You'll realize it'll be about halfway into this, rifle or weapon overview video. Anyway, with that being said, let's go. So we got the AK-47, the AK-47-49, and the AK-47-52. What we're going to do, we're going to just pick every gun once, and we're going to just fire it a little bit. I'm only running Unsung. I'm not running any other mods, just pure Unsung. If you were to get it off the Steam Workshop, I'll link it in the description as well, of course. If you get it off the Workshop, yours will look exactly like this. Now, I'm not going to assume that these weapons sound any different, but we might as well try. So this is the 47-49. Okay, that doesn't sound any different. And then we have the 47-52. Alright, that is the AK-47s. Then we have new AKM models, which, I'll be honest with you, I don't know how to say this, Bohemia, you need to step up your game, son, because this is the Unsung AKM, the Unsung AKM, which if we turn off this HUD, looks pretty damn good. Look at that. Obviously you can't really look down the barrel, but this looks really good. Like, look at that wood texture, that looks really crisp. Then, if we look at their Bohemia version, I don't know, I feel like, look at that wood. Look at this wood. This is brilliant. Okay, I guess it's a brand new AK because it's brand spanking shiny, but look at this. This just looks bad. Anyway, Bohemia, step up your fucking game, man. Come on. Look at this metal. Look at this metal. This is pristine. You can read these fucking symbols for single fire and auto. And then we have this, and it's like, there's not even a fucking symbol here. Anyway, I don't want to rag on Bohemia. Just figured I'd let you know that these are amazing. Then we have the drum version, which again also has been upgraded to a different model. Then scrolling down, we have the China Lake, which has gotten a different model. I'll just fire a couple. I'll just fire like a 6-round thing with it. You can also hear what it sounds like. I fucking love the China Lake. It's such a cool thing. Moving on, we have the HRT-223. This looks like a G3. I honestly don't know what this is. This could be German because this is safe. This is Enkel or Einsel, which for one, and this is Auto for Automatis, or for automatic, but this is E for Enkel or Einsel, which would mean like single in German. This has to be a G3, but this is a weird gun. I've never seen it before. This sight is a very G3 sight. It's got 40 rounds too. This has to be some sort of like... A normal G3 has a 20 round magazine. This has to be like a locally modified G3 or something. If you know anything about this, I'm very interested, because this actually is a very interesting looking gun. I'll be honest with you. This is kind of cool. Moving on, we have a new model for the M1918, sorry. M1918 bar. Now we're going to look for this, obviously. And this is probably the cringiest stuff. Trying to find these weapons in the list is always pretty horrible. Let's go by mod. So we only have to look through this. Now we're just going to look for M1918, M-1918. So it might actually be at the top here. There it is. With a bipod. It's a new model. As you can see, very good looking model. I would almost think they might have like stolen this. Well, stolen is a big word, but it looks like the model from Rising Storm 1. It looks really good actually. Let's fire this. I love it. Obviously, the bar has two fire modes. It's got this slow automatic mode and a rapid automatic mode. This is the rapid, which is destructive as shit. And then we have the slow version, which I'll do once more here. So sorry. Let's reload that and do the slow version before we... Such an amazing weapon. Ever since I played Rising Storm 1, I fell in love with the bar. Then we have a M1919 A6 MG, which should have a 200 and a 100. Sorry, a 100 and a 250 round belt. Let's put a 250 round belt in. There we go. All right, set up. That is a lot of fucking ammo before you have to reload. Oh my god, that's amazing. All right, then we have a new model for the M2 carbine, which is actually one of my most favorite weapons from post-World War II when it comes to Americans, like Cold War era. The M1 carbine was a cool design to give paratroopers and NCOs a weapon that was a little bit more compact, and obviously less punch because it's a .45 that the carbine fires compared to, like, you know, the 30-06 for the Garand, but a more compact but bigger magazine size, basically double, going from 8 to 15, and obviously, you know, more compact, more easily to carry on paratroop raids, etc., etc. But of course, Americans wouldn't be Americans. No offense, this is not to offend you. Americans wouldn't be Americans if you didn't come up with a way to make that more American. Now we have a scope on this we can mount on, which actually has a whole mounting system. It just doesn't like appear. It's like a whole system on top. So let's put that on. Now, obviously, kind of cool. I love the fact you can put a scope on this thing, and it actually looks pretty nice. However, let's get the scope off. Stand up. Go this. Get ready. The M2 carbine. Americans are amazing. Kind of like what the Germans did with the C96. If you want to hit something less than 20 feet in front of you, flip the switch to full auto, don't look, close your eyes, and spray. Fucking love the M2 carbine. Probably one of my favorite weapons that they put in, and it looks really, really cool. Then we have a sawn-off version. I'm not going to fire this because you get the point. I mean, it's just a sawn-off version. Looks pretty cool. It's actually kind of cool for special forces. There's not really any point, and there's no difference. It's probably going to have more recoil, if anything, actually. but it's a little bit less heavy for you to carry because there's less of a stock. But I don't know. I don't really know if it's useful, but it's a cool gun. And like I said, I love the M2 carbine. Then they have the M16A1 birdcage. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really too sure what the difference is between this. I'm assuming it has to do with the magazine only being... Oh, I actually don't know what this has to do with anything. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not a Vietnam expert. If this was about World War II weapons, I'd know a lot more. The website or the page just said there's a new birdcage model, and this says 20 round birdcage. I do know that what they would do is they would... there's actually the top right you can see. It's a 20 round magazine, but they would not fill it all the way up to the top, because if a 20 round magazine back in Nam would jam if it was fully filled up to the rim with cartridges, because dirt and this mud and everything would from the jungle would enter the gun and make one big mess of the gun on the inside. It would jam a lot, so they would usually put 2 or 3 less bullets than the actual capacity in there. Now, I'm not really sure where the birdcage thing comes from. I thought I was going to talk about this, but like, I'm not really too sure. So someone in the comment section, please enlighten me and other people aren't aware, because I'm always interested to know the story behind something called the birdcage. I'm assuming it has to do with something that this gun is using a straight mag and not one of these bent Stanag mags. Then again, let me know. I'm interested to know what you guys have to say about that. Then we have an M1903A1 Springfield with a scope, and not a scope, but an A-time scope on there. You can also mount a bayonet on it, which actually looks really nice. Let's put the scope on there. Oh, wow. If you want to manually bolt, you just hold the left mouse button after firing. And then you hold it down. That's a pretty cool sounding gun. And it looks pretty good. Like, this is a good looking Springfield. I'm actually so excited. Like 2 years ago, none of this was here. And now, 2 years later, we got Phases of War, we got Iron Front, we got CSA, we got many other World War II mods coming. We got Unsung doing more and more stuff and putting in these World War II guns that were obviously used. It's pretty damn fucking cool. Moving on, we have a new model for the M1A1 Thompson, which just looks fucking fantastic. And there is a new model for the VC version, not VC version. It's the same gun, but it just has no stock and no sling on it. I'll fire this a couple of rounds. Obviously, this one and the sawn off or the VC version are gonna be this exact same gun, but it just looks so fucking weird. Oh my god, it's pretty funny to me that they just, I don't know, did that to those guns. It's such an interesting thing to do. Then moving on, we have the Matson M50 and a folded and a regular version. I think if I remember correctly, if we can, there's an MP40 in here somewhere. If you look at the MP40 and then the Matson, as far as I'm aware, the MP40 was obviously a World War II German gun, but the Matson was a post-World War II gun made by the Danish, inspired by both the Grease gun and by the MP40. You can obviously see these two guns. If you were to mix them into one, you would kind of get to the Matson. Anyway, we have... pretty cool gun. I must say, it sounds pretty aggressive too. There's a regular version, and then there is a folded stock version, which just looks a bit weird, looks a bit cheapo. Anyway, moving on, we have some new rifles too, rifles. We have a Maz 36. We have a regular version, which actually is a new version of this gun, or a new model. They have a carbine version, which apparently was used by paratroopers, or as I would like to call them, parapoopers, with a different stock, which actually looks really nice, and a shortened version of the barrel in general. And then there's also a grenade launcher version. Now, I'm not really too sure. Okay, let's put a frag and a Willie Pete, and let's put some of these in there. So let's do this. Let's do... okay, obviously I should probably hold the left mouse button. Sounds really good. Then we have the rifle grenade versions, which we're going to put on there. Is this frag? Woohoo! That killed like all 3 of those guys. Okay, now we have Willie Pete. This is going to be amazing. Let's fire this into here. Damn! That is remarkably cool. I have some ideas for a Vietnam era French campaign where I would have a Zeus where the players would be playing as French units in Vietnam. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe one of my friends will be Zeusing that. But that's a... oh my god, that's a pretty beautiful gun. Let's use a regular mass as well. Obviously, it sounds the same, so I'm not going to fire that, but that is pretty fucking cool. Then there is a new model for the MAT 49, which just looks fucking brilliant. It's good. There's a new model. There's also a suppressor for it, apparently. Oh my god, yes! That is so cool! The suppressor is like the entire gun. The suppressor is as big as the fucking housing. That is so amazing. Let's fire this with the suppressor on it. Oh, fucking glorious. Oh my god, I'm sitting here with the biggest fucking smile. Okay, let's pull the suppressor off. Reload this. That is a fucking mini MG42. That is amazing. There is apparently also, if I go in here, there is a new version of the MAT in the sidearm department. I guess we'll go through the sidearms in a second. So that's the MAT 49. Then there is a Mauser Card 98. There's a scope on there if you want to. I think there might also be bayonet on here, apparently. Yep, let's take a look at this. Wow. That sounds pretty fucking mean. I like the sound of that one. That's something. Then there is a MG42, a backlight version, which I think is just a more modern version. The first MG42s were made with wood. They realized it was more expensive, so they started making them the supports out of bakelite, or the things, because it would cost less money. And then there's the MG support version. I'm not really sure, but he's holding it differently. So let's put this down. That was something else. Holy shit. That's fucking amazing. Okay, that's a bit glitchy. I think that the... Okay, no, actually I'm wrong. So I don't know what the difference is between these guns necessarily, but there you go. There's new MG42 and it sounds fucking beast. Then there's an MP40, which is actually a very nice model. Like how it says the MP40 like right here below this. That's such a cool looking gun. That's really cool. That's amazing. Then we have a Type 100 Nambu, the Japanese World War II machine gun. Submachine gun, sorry. That is amazing. That's a really cool little weapon here. It's so weird that like in the 1960s and 70s, these guns were still being used by the VC, and just, I don't know, that's such a weird thing. Moving on, we have a new model for the PK LMG. So it's just basically a new model. This MG support, I'm not really too sure what that does. But there's a new model for this, so we might as well fire it a little bit because it'll sound cool. Oh my god, yes! When you need to mow down a lot of GIs in a very short time period, that is pretty fucking nice sounding. I'm not sure if the sound's new, but the model is new. Then we have a Scorpion over here, the SAVZ61 Scorpion, both the primary and the sidearm version. This is the primary version. Mag dumping in half a second. That's such a meme fucking weapon. Then we have a shotgun, if I can find it. The shotgun M12 trench gun. Probably with the bayonet on it. Oof, my god, the bayonet's so fucking big. Jesus Christ. That is amazing. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh, that's like fucking 150 fucking meters. Please tell me there's other ammo for this. Oh, there's flechette. Okay, there's flechette, and there's 2 round, 4 round, or 6 rounds. So let's use some flechette. Oh my god, 2 in 1. That is insane. That's fucking awesome. That is really fucking awesome. That is awesome. It's also got a new model. It looks amazing. Look at the quality on this. Fuck. That's awesome. Barden, your team did a great job again. Well, Barden, I say Barden. I mean, the entire Vietnam team did a great job. But, like, I don't know. I talked to Barden the most, so I said Barden did a good job. Anyway, there's also a M870 Mark I. A new model. Or, sorry, a new texture for the gun. It looks very rusty. Like, this is like somewhere they found this and they were like, yeah, I guess we'll put this, we'll use the shotgun. Okay, you can actually manually fire if you just hold the left mouse button down. Oh my god, 3 with 1 shot! We got 8 round, 6 round. We got some flechette. That is amazing. Then we have the SKS 4040, SKS 45 rifle with a new texture. We can put a bayonet on there. No suppressor, sadly. It sounds pretty damn cool. This model looks really nice. Look at the quality on this. Like, you can read it. It's so high quality. That is insane. That is pretty cool. I don't know why I shot so far over, but I know. I love the SKS and Rising Storm too. Then we have my... That was supposed to be a drum roll, like... The STG-44 with the new model by yours truly. I did pay a little bit of money to buy a model off a big model collection website. And I sent the model both to the... Unsung Vietnam team and the Faces of War team. Faces of War put their model in a long time ago. Unsung was saving it for the next update, which is the Echo update. And look at this fucking beautiful gun. Oh my god. That is just pure porn. It's got... It even does that! It even does the... That's so good. That's the fire selector. That's so amazing. That is so good looking. Hang on, let's see if we switch fire modes here. It does it there too. That's so amazing. That's just... That is... Oh, man. This is probably the thumbnail right here, right? It has to be. It has to be. Anyway, let's continue on. We have the Stoner M63 MG with a new model, which is... There's a couple of different ones. There's the LMG version. There is the Commando version. which is just a shortened one with a drum and not a like a box. It's been general less weight. You can see there's like a handle here. They removed that on the commando version. It's this giant weird like drum feeding thing. Let's fire one of these. That is probably one of my new favorite machine guns. That is amazing. So we got two different ones. We got an LMG version with a 100-round box, and then I guess the commando, and that's this base version can actually carry Stanag bangs. Does this work? I don't know if this will work. Oh, reloads pretty quickly though. And then there is the commando version, which I'm assuming takes only 150 round drums. That is a pretty good model too. I didn't even notice the quality on this model is actually really good. If you look at it, this metal looks really good. This just all looks very polished but rusty at the same time. That's a really, really nice model. Then we have the UK VZ59 LMG. I'm not gonna lie to you, this looks like a Bren gun, but instead of the ammo being on top, they replaced the ammo, put it here. Also, there's a fucking like hand pod right here. That's actually a nice. Oh my god. What is this? That is insane. I have no clue what this is. Like I said, it looks like an upgraded Bren gun without the mag on top and a 100-round magazine. Do let me know what this is, because this is a pretty cool gun, and I have no clue what it is. That's a really cool gun. Then we have the Winchester Model 70, which is a new model with different scopes on there. With a, oh, we can put a camo. Oh! Oh my god. Wow, yes. Now that is something. Let's pull this scope and suppressor off. Okay, that's a bit glitchy. Let's pull this off too. That is a really, really cool thing. The fact that you can add the camo on the gun is like a gun attachment. What the fuck are you looking at? That's really cool. That's a really cool fucking gun. Then we have the XM177 in a gazillion different variants. So there's new models for these, and there's different variants. It just says XM177 new variants. So there's all these variants: shorty, stock. They should all have new versions. There's a couple. There's a foregrip one. There's grenade launcher ones with the experimental noob tube and the 203 dual mags. Let's fire one of these. It's kind of your regular M16 sound. Is there any like has different magazines for it? But that is all of the primary weapons. So let's disable these. Then we have, if we go here, we have a signal flare, which I actually have no clue how this works. Oh, that's cool. This, I kind of wish I could do this in. I wish I could do this in a server, but the thing is, it'll make so much weird noise and then be like stupid and annoying and loud. Let me just fire this like straight forward. Okay, that's kind of cool. That's a cool thing. Like, oh no, we're being attacked. Fire the flare, and then you do that. There is the Super Bazooka, which is I gotta say, pretty damn hot. And the thing is, you got two different rockets. You got heat, and you got WP. So let's fire this. I mean, it kind of fucked up that vehicle, but if we just fired this group of people, that's insane. Obviously, those guys are vanished off the face of the earth. However, now there's a really P version. That is such an amazing sound, and I really kind of want to get the bazooka in one of the ops because that would be fucking brilliant. Then, moving on, we have the RPG-7 Heat. There was the RPG-7 already. This is the RPG-7 Heat. Oh, actually, this is the RPG... Is this the vanilla one? Oh, no, sorry. They had the RPG-2, and they had the B40, but they didn't have the RPG-7 Heat yet. My bad, my bad. Please don't kill me. Let's turn this around. Oh no, that just destroys everything. That's a really nice model, by the way. Really, really cool with the wood on there. And the wooden grips. That's actually a really cool model. Hang on, let's pull it out. That's a nice model. Let's look at the bazooka again. This doesn't look bad at all, but this RPG-7 just looks so Russian. Everything looks good. There's the tube, the rocket. I mean, this just looks amazing. I don't know what else to say. Then there is a couple of sidearms. There is the Colt Lawman Mark III, and that's a .357 caliber weapon. It's kind of like a personal defense weapon. It's nothing really like super special, but you know, hey, it's a nice little revolver to be cool in Vietnam. Then there is a new model for the M1911, and there's apparently also a couple of different versions. So as you can see here, there's a 1911 with a flashlight, one with a red flashlight, and then I think that's the 3 M1911s as far as I can see. So that's 3 different models, or three new models, or well, 1 new model for the M1911. No new sound, but the model looks amazing. It looks pretty fucking impeccable. Look at that. 11 U.S. Army. That's a cool new model. Then, like I said, we have the M2 sidearm. I'm not gonna show it. This is a sawn-off carbine. We have the Mosin Nagant M1985. I'm sure they didn't put the suppressor in for this. Oh my god! I love the fact that the bullets falling on the floor is louder than the pistol when it fires. Then we have the... Hang on, let me try and find this. We have the S&W model. We have the 38 spec and the regular 38. The 38 special actually has a new model. It looks very... so weird. Like, I don't know, who would bring this? Like, maybe Special Forces is like a last, like, final stand weapon, or maybe if you're like a police, I don't know, like, I don't know. That execution of the, like, North Vietnamese, like, bad dude by the South Korean dude police, I don't know their names out of that top of my head, but I think he uses a weapon like this. Like, I can see this being used by, like, undercover police, but... And then there is a Smith & Wesson model 10.38. Same noise, it just looks different. Then we have the Tokarev TT33, which is here, and that should be the last of the new models. Actually, sounds pretty cool. Looks amazing. Let's look at this in the arsenal here. That is an amazing looking pistol. You can basically read what that says. Something in Russian though, so I can't. Made in Romania. Something about Georgia. It's something about caliber. That's damn fucking cool. So with that being done, if I can, there we go. We are now going to quickly pause for a second, and I'm going to take a look at the vehicles that have been added in this Echo update. Alright, there's nothing a quick restart cannot fix, so now we're going to take a look at the new vehicles and static weapons added in this update. Under vehicles, we have a couple of new trucks added, and I think I'm going to have to actually find them. We have the M37B1 3/4 ton Dodge truck, which does look pretty damn cool. And honestly, I always thought it was kind of a shame that you can only transport people with the M113s and like some Jeeps, but now we have access to a vehicle that can basically carry including the driver, 8 people, which is kind of cool. Let's get these guys out of here. I don't think there is any different things available to it. There is a M1919 version, which has a 30 cal top and has a little bit of armor here for the crew. It does carry less people. Gunner, driver. You know what? I'm gonna say this. Remember, I don't know, that ISIS video of Abdul Jahar or Abu Jahar, the guy who became a meme? This almost looks like the ISIS truck. Like, super, like, I don't know, memefully up armored, and it has like the same stuff, like sort of design. Also, another cool thing is, I probably should have mentioned that, as is the other Unsung vehicles, this can have, okay, this is a bit racist, but these vehicles all have like randomization. Same goes for, I don't know if it goes for the Jeeps, but it definitely goes for the M113s. They will have a little bit of customization to them, which is kind of cool. Then we have the M352. I'm gonna find these. That's these trucks. We get a big fucking truck, both open and closed, and there should be a couple variations as far as I'm aware. All the doors can be opened, and the doors also actually have hitboxes. If I do this, now let's get the driver's seat. Oh, you fuck! Come on, move out. You gotta be kidding me. Hang on. Garage, vehicle, driver. You can fit a lot of people actually. You can fit 1, 2, 3, 4, well, 8 plus another 3, so you can fit 12 people including the driver. But the joke is, watch this door. Oh, hang on. Open. Attach roof is actually really cool too. When you attach the roof, you can turn the wipers on. You can open these things. Now watch this. The door will hit people. As you can see right here. Let's go straight. There we go. That's just really funny to me. That's a really cool thing that the door can hit people. Then we have a couple of new trucks as well for the Vietnamese. We have the ZIL 157 truck, the refuel version, and the repair version. The ZIL, the regular version, can actually carry 13 passengers and 1 actual driver, which is kind of cool. So we get quite a lot of people in here, and it just has the ability to be camouflaged. And the same goes for these ones. I'm sure you can probably take it off in a non-virtual arsenal. I can't seem to take it off right now. But, you know, as you can see, there's a couple of different versions of those as well. Then there is new aircraft. There is a... I gotta find an Mi-8 HIP. We got an air ambulance version, which can carry up to 18 people, including a pilot. We have a transport version, which can carry 18 people. And a MIA TV, which has gunner positions and can carry, well, 15 people with 2 gunners, so 1 here, 1 in the back. But it's kind of cool, because I fucking love these helicopters. And then, as you can see, you can like pop into the gunner seats. You can put into the crew chief seat. And you can basically provide, you know, close ground support while you're delivering troops or picking them up. Then under the planes, we have the AN2 Colt, which was added, which seats up to 10 people, 2 people in the doors, and a pilot and a co-pilot. And there should also be, I don't know if this was added. Hello. The the MiG-21 fish bed with a shit ton of different configurations, from heavy CAS with fuel air bombs, gun pods, rocket pods, bombs, missiles, air-to-air, you name it, it's all in there. Oh, probably shouldn't have done that. Are you going to eject me? I'm not really too sure what on this thing works and what doesn't work. This model isn't apparently 100%. I should probably go plane. This model isn't apparently 100% completed yet, or at least the work on it isn't 100% done yet. But I figured I would still show it because it does look really, really fucking cool. And it's a good thing because the Americans definitely need some competition in the sky when it comes to, fighting other aircraft. Then we have a motor skiff red, which was added as well. I'm not sure. Oh, there's actually different colors. Oh, well, these seem to be a bit fucked up. That's probably just an issue with the. Yeah, just don't look at that. That's probably not supposed to be the way. But hey, you can fit 5 people in here, which is actually a lot. And there is a Uhi, the UH1D variants, updated weaponry and visuals. So these guys have updated weaponry, which I mean, I'm assuming the Slick can add. Actually, can have quite a lot of people. So that's 7 plus 4 plus 2. So that's 13 plus a pilot and a co-pilot. And a medevac can seat, well, can those people lay down in those seats? I guess they might be able to lay down in it, but maybe not right now. Again, I'm just showing this off. I'm not really too sure how that works because I haven't been fucking around with these too much. There is a couple new static weapons. There is a M1919 low to the ground in here. There it is. Which is apparently a new model. It's gonna sound the same like the regular Hurricane. And then something that I think is really cool, and hopefully it doesn't crash my game, is something called the Stabo rig. Now this thing you hook into, and then a plane or a helicopter can hook the Stabo rig and fly you away while you're sitting in it. It's untested for multiplayer as far as I'm aware, but that's really fucking cool. I just imagine you can like fire a flare, like we're over here, and then the helicopter comes in and picks you up, and that's something that's really, really, really cool. However, there's some more stuff that's not vehicles. There is some explosives and grenades. Let's go into a backpack. Grenades. We have a tripwire traps, which you're gonna have to find. I would honestly assume they might be under explosives over here, and under the T for tripwire. Actually, not really too sure. Oh, I'm sorry. That just means all of these things you can just put down. For example, not sure if this is gonna work. However, there we go. And now, okay, I don't know if I can. I'm really scared. This is gonna scare me. Oh god. Oh god, that like legit scared me. Anyways, you can see you can put tripwires down, and there's a shit ton of them now. Like you saw that there's 8 pers. Oh, actually, sorry, that might be Bohemia. But there is a shit ton of. You saw them right here. There's a shit ton of tripwires from F1 grenades. There's any of the American grenades. There's punji traps, which I don't know how they work, but they're the next one on the list. Now I'm assuming this might be really weird to run through this. Oh god, that was a horrible sound. But it will obviously damage your character, maybe even kill your character flat out. But as you can see, you can put punji traps underground, which is just insane. Let's look. We have other things here too. We got big, we got small. Let's put some down. We got small. We got whip trap. Oh god, that's gonna like fly at you. Oh, that's a horrible sound. Oh my god. That's horrible. As you can see, it actually looks pretty cool because they come up out of the ground and it like sticks you. Like obviously it doesn't, it will probably just destroy your character. That's some really scary fucking shit. Then with a sad face on the change list, there is going to be a claymore in here somewhere. That's not this one. Finding that it's going to be, oh here, there's trap, claymore, and claymore remote. So let's put these down. And the other one, it probably works if you run through it or whatever. I'm getting scared of running through this. Ah! Okay, my yell when that first thing exploded was like a legit yell. When I ran through that tripwire. There's new mines, bouncing betties, anti-personnel, incendiary. I can't really show those without, showing them out the arsenal. But you can see there's lots of new mines. There's incendiary, there's anti-personnel, and there's also the M16 bouncing betty, which I think it's this one. Now the thing is, how do I trigger this? I'm gonna run through it. Ah! Oh god, okay, the claimer was... Oh, I didn't look at... Oh, fuck. That killed so many people, though. My god. And let's look at this. Let's look at the bouncing betty. Where is it? M16. Right here. That is scary, man. Like, I am getting so many ideas for Zeusing Vietnam right now. I want to like... Okay, let's try and do this. This has to come up. We'll just throw a frag near it. Kill a lot of people, actually. They didn't do anything. Let's run over it. Let's see what happens. Oh no, I didn't look! The explosion from the claymore did it! Damn it! Okay, one more try, because I'm excited to see how this actually works. Let's put this down. Over here. Let's run away like a real NBA. Let's be like, oh no, we're running out of this area. Let's go, let's go, let's go. That is fucking cool! And it will fuck you up. That would have totally wrecked me if I ran over that. Now imagine you're not running over it. You are in the jungle and you're just walking around and then suddenly you hear click and you're fucking dead. Because the second you hear that click, the thing's going to come up and you're not going to have any time to respond. In Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, you could go prone in the mission. Well, they're not really bouncing betties, they're like modern bouncing betties, but you could go prone. But in World at War, the bouncing betty would come up and you'd be dead. There's no way to stop it. That's insane. They also added CS gas grenades, which I'm trying to find right now, which apparently do kill people right now. I'm trying to find it. It might be this. Woof! That's insane. Apparently, it's supposed to stun people, but they're setting it up where it's gonna kill people for now. Then they also have some new grenades models in general. They have new models for, this is Bohemia probably. They have models for blue, green, orange, red, violet, purple, CS gas. They also have one for thermate. Now, I thought thermate was a misspelling of thermite, but apparently thermate is better than thermite, and it's got like a... Thermate's a bit different from thermite, apparently. Don't ask me what the exact things about thermate versus thermite are, but... I don't know, there's all kinds of things you can do. You can fuck around with this for quite a long time. There's some fucked up stuff. Now we're going to quickly load a naked character, because we're going to look at some new uniforms, and then we're basically done. So, first of all, we're going to take a look at the Pavin khaki uniform retexture. Going through these uniforms is going to kill me because there's a lot of them. So we're gonna look for Pavin. Sorry, Unsung. We have VC, but we're not looking at that right now. Well, I do have a new uniform. It says the VC main force blue uniform and the VC green or khaki. Don't look at this because that might be a bit fucked. But they got a couple new uniforms right here. There is the... I'm trying to find Pavin here. It might be around here. Here. This is... Woo! That looks a lot better. Okay, don't look at that. But that actually... Oh, this is a nice uniform. But they retextured the khaki uniform. So that's this one. But this is a really nice uniform, actually, compared to some of these other ones. Gotta say, oh my god, that's a pilot uniform. That's so Russian. Then we have the US LRP Alice backpack, which I actually really like because it actually looks pretty cool. It's over here somewhere near the top. US Alice LRP. I'm probably already looking, and it's like Ruck. That sounds weird. Here it is. So we got two different packs, which are actually kind of cool. I don't know what the difference between these two, but it's got so much stuff on there. It's got radios, smoke grenades, different machetes, ammo boxes. It's a really cool like long range patrol backpack. Then there's also an LRP vest, which we can find in the corresponding location, obviously, and I'm trying to find it first is another thing. Where are you? LRP web key. There we go. So now we're fucking ready to fight, because this means you're ready to fucking, you got a shit ton of ammo, grenades, like 4 knives on this guy for some reason. Then we have the NVA assault pack with a giant AT grenade on it, as far as I'm aware, and an RPG head, which is actually kind of cool. We have the NVA RPG backpack, which apparently has new RPG 7 models on here. And there is a new pilot helmet amount. Actually, a couple pilot helmets. Let's take a look at those. Mod. Pilot. US pilot helmet. They're under US heli pilot helmet. So we have the regular one. They have a couple of different, how do you say that? They have a couple of different like helmet styles. They even have a Confederate flag called OG. We have R33. We have R8, and we have Tiger, which actually looks kind of cool. We have the Rebel flag one as well, which... Oh, okay, there's a small difference between these two. There's also jet helmets. There's the regular one, and there's a couple specific squadrons and specific different little textures on there. There's a couple of new NVA/VC hats, too. Let me go to the Pavin Boonie. Pavin... There is, most of these actually are new. Here it is. This is the Pavin Boonie. That actually looks pretty good. We have the Crew Chief helmet. Oh yeah, we have a Crew Chief helmet black and tan, so we got them in different colors as well. We have the Tank Commander helmet, which is a retexture of that one. We have the SSH-40 and SSH-60 helmets, which are just regular Russian War II helmets, but they obviously repainted them and reused them for their own thing. There is a VC Boonie. If I scroll down more, we have VC Boonie with a pin on it. We have them in black and black with the VC pin, and we also have the USMC helmet art. And I've got to find these first. There needs to be some USMC helmets here. There it is. Ones with California Dream, Make Music Not War, and the fucking bastard, obviously Lyndon B. Johnson, the president at the time. Well, somewhere halfway into the Vietnam War, right? And then we have the giant, like, New York symbol with, okay, like, I'm assuming the amount of times the amount of months he stayed alive, DEA, blood type. Okay, he wrote his blood type and stuff on the helmet. He lost. He got, no one won here. He won here. War is, but. I don't know what that war is hell, but I don't know that specific quote. My apologies. And then there is a set of NVA goggles, which are just like the motor goggles, I think, from like any of the World War II mods, which actually looks kind of cool. You can put those on the tank crew if I find. There we go. Actually doesn't look that bad at all. I mean, double helmet, but yeah, this actually looks pretty cool. So, with that being said, there is a small amount of other changes. Like there's some sound changes, some updates to the maps that they added in. There is actually a Shermanator FOB now. There's a FOB Shermanator on one of the maps. However, with that being said, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed. I know a lot of you have been asking me to do a video like this. I really wanted to do a video like this. It's just hard to get through everything and make it not seem like too amateur-ish. It's hard to just go through everything and find everything immediately. So there'll probably be a couple of cuts here and there, but there's also some other fixes that I'm going to go over those. I will link all of the fixes in the description in a change log so you can check everything out for yourself. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks to the Unsung team for such an amazing mod and such an awesome mod for us to play with, and I'm just really excited to do a shit ton of ArmA ops now in Unsung. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to stay awesome, and would love to see you in the next one. Cheers.